everyone. Welcome back. Today we're going to cover our performance mindset program. This is a very popular program with us, and it is all about money, resources, and cultivating a wealth mindset. So we're going to dive into this one. Remember, we have 3 programs available with our coaching services and with our consulting. And what we do is we change the mental, and therefore everything else must follow. All right, so we're cultivating resilience, we're understanding and improving our finances with this program. We have 2 major different types of clients that come to us through this. It's going to be clients that are needing some financial literacy. Maybe no one taught them about money, or maybe they found themselves in a financial situation that's not ideal. You got to learn through my testimony that you can get out of debt and become a millionaire. You can be a business owner and not have any experience, and then suddenly be at $350,000 a year, or owning your company and franchising it. We have many different ways to teach you how to accomplish your goals. Whether you're a freelancer wanting to become a business owner, a student trying to get out of student loan debt, we've got it. Repairing your credit, we've got it. Selling your house, we can teach you about that. But mostly, what we do is teach you how to change your relationship with money to where it's healthier and you understand how money works. Okay, so we're gonna dive into it. You may have already learned this through your interview process, but we're going to share it once again. Every single one of our programs does have a master class and a portal available for our clients. This is how, right away, we can start giving our clients the resources they need in order to be successful in their program, not even if they never meet with their session, even if they never see a coach, which of course they're going to, but this gives them extra, this gives them more. And it really sets the tone for the type of coaching that we're going to be able to provide when it comes to cultivating an experience that's worthwhile. Okay, moving into it, we are going to talk about how do we unlock this? How do we get the potential? How do we understand giving this to the client? Like, what do we actually do? So again, this is performance mindset. Everything about money is emotional. At the end of the day, the math portion of money will follow. So once you understand your relationship with money, you're going to see your bank account change. You're going to see investments. Maybe even if you want to entertain the stock market, that's a very emotional experience. So understanding how you relate to money will be the difference on if your bank account is negative or if it's positive, and how positive it can go. All right, shifting into the program itself, we do have all of the benefits listed here. You most likely have already seen those, but understanding these very deeply is how you can present it to the client and how you can share what we do and what's different compared to other ways to get financial coaching or other ways to understand and learn about money. Now, you've learned about my journey. I've been someone that's been in debt beyond belief, and I've been someone that's been in slavery. I've been in someone that's also owned multiple businesses that have been highly successful. I've owned homes. I've had no money, less than no money. I've had comfortable money, and I've had more than enough. And I've been able to give to the causes and the people that I love. That is ultimately everyone's goal, is that financial freedom and then generosity that comes after financial freedom. This is where we want to get our clients. Some of our clients are making a comfortable income already. Maybe it's $10,000 a month, but they want to hit those 30,000 months or those $50,000 months. Those are going to be completely achievable once you understand the mental blocks and the mindset that may be needing to be tweaked in order to see those goals happen. Okay. With all of our sessions, we're going to actually customize to the belief system of the client. This could be a faith-based, it could be spiritual-based, or it could be science-based. You'll learn through all of our programs, and I'm going to go ahead and take a moment to revisit it, is that we introduce different methodologies into what we do. So this is on the coaching side, but you're going to need to understand this because you're selling the product, you're selling the service, and you need to know exactly what we do and how we do it in order to achieve that goal. So let's go through it. All of our practices are going to be based in Western medicine. That way, we have all of the data that you're going to find through um, the National Health Institute, or you're going to find it on some type of database where we have the actual case studies or the facts. We will share that, of course, with our clients from the coaching side. We also will have the latest when it comes to the stock market and how things are operating there, and teaching it and knowing that it's always changing. The market for real estate is always changing. Us keeping that data on hand always helps. Now, all of that is based in Western medicine, then, or it's going to be based in Western mentality when it comes to finances. Next, we got Eastern. A lot of your money mindset could come from Eastern principles, which gets more into like a Buddhism type of approach or a spiritual type of approach or even astrological. And we like to meet people where they're at. We're not trying to change someone's belief system unless it's not serving them. And what I mean by that is, if you believe in God and you identify as being Buddhist, power to you. But if you believe that you're unworthy and you're not good enough, we need to tweak that belief. And that's where we go in and we really try to understand someone's point of view and their beliefs so we can better serve them. Now, that gets into a little bit of neuroscience, which is the third thing that we like to incorporate in combination with quantum physics. Quantum physics is one of my favorite topics. If you sit down with me for more than 30 minutes, we're going to be talking about quantum physics. And that's because the micro world influences the macro world in such a profound way. You need to understand it in order to really cultivate and take control of your creation process, your life. Next, I do have a faith based approach when it comes to Christian principles. Those can be incorporated and often are incorporated into our coaching packages. And then, last but not least, goes again towards having that empathetic type of psychotherapy type of approach, psychology approach. It's probably a better way to say that, where again, we're meeting people as humans. Humans are not robots, humans are emotional, we are always changing, and every single day we get to choose if we want to have a new path. But we do incorporate all five of these methodologies in what we do to better serve our clients and thus better serve everyone on the team. All right, those 4 private sessions are in combination with that. So they're pulling principles that they may see are keeping a client from being able to achieve their money goals. Now, a client also may be trying to overcome a goal that's actually a reality for them. Perhaps they're trying to fix their credit. We can take the mindset approach of what we do and also the practical approach of giving you the steps on how to help you better repair your credit and give you not financial advice, but we can give you the tools for you to make the decision on what you would like to do with this particular thing. For instance, you can go to Equifax or you can go to TransUnion and be able to begin to help your credit report and repair your credit through disputes or through understanding who you need to pay in order to get that taken off your credit. So we are approaching both sides, the practicality side as well as the emotional side, to be able to transform your money situation. Next, we have access to masterclasses in every single one of our programs. And this particular one is the Forgive and Detach. If you have the not as healthy approach to money and you're trying to really transform your money relationship and your bank account, your overall lifestyle, you're going to need to learn these principles. It's not going to be as apparent as you might imagine at first, but being able to forgive your past mistakes or your past decisions that are no longer serving you is a requirement for you to be able to move forward. So is detachment. These are both very emotional processes. And by doing this masterclass, you're going to see shifts in your money mindset. Next, we got 5 devotional studies per week. These devotional studies are curated to the client's belief system. For instance, If they identify as Christian, we will use Christian principles in order to teach them about financial literacy. This is something that you're not going to find in a traditional financial coaching atmosphere because we actually do these every single day and they're never going to repeat. So it's different and it's customized to your client. The coach is actually in learning about this particular person. So if they have a struggle with imposter syndrome, they're going to the Bible, they're researching it, they're applying it to how this would impact your money, and then they share it with the client. That doesn't happen somewhere else. It only happens here. Next, we do have access to 10 self improvement books. These have all been written by me over the last decade, and they will begin to shift your mindset in every category of your life. So, those are becoming available for all of our clients right away. They are ebooks, so they're going to be in the client's portal and they'll be able to read them at any time. Next, we have a monthly plan review. This is like a business plan for your finances. This is like, where are we going? What's our strategy? What's our SWOT, like our SWOT analysis? Like, where are we going and how do we get there faster? Or how do we get there steadily? And that way we don't fall, we don't go backwards. So, those monthly plan reviews are critical for success. This is something on our next one that we have available for all of our clients across the board. And this is our 20% savings for our wellness retreat. It's twice a year. Our latest one was in the Bahamas. And it's an opportunity for you to come on as a client and meet other clients that are like minded, as well as some of the coaches and myself, of course, and ask us questions. Have a great time, and sometimes it's a weekend, sometimes it's a few days, but either way, we're really able to provide a lot more in a little time when we're in person. All right. Next is free tickets to in person and online workshops. This could be a workshop that teaches you about how to file for a business like an LLC. It could be talking about taxes. It could be how to make a monthly budget. There's so many different workshops that we're able to do. And those resources end up in the portal eventually as well. So, those are beautiful workshops. It's a great opportunity to ask personal questions or to be able to work again with other people that may have similar situations or growing their own companies, maybe even network. It's a great time. And then finally is a self discovery journal. Again, money is very personal, and your relationship with money is going to be different than my relationship with money. And when you introduce a spouse, it's going to be even more different because now it's my story, his story, and our story. So there's a lot of different moving parts, and being able to really understand your relationship with money in this self discovery journal and this worthy of abundance journal is going to be game changer. All right, let's keep going. Who really gains from this particular program, the performance mindset? So, when you are looking for clients or when clients are coming in, you're going to really be looking for people that are seeking personal growth and self improvement. This is not a program for someone that's going to do it halfway. And I'm going to be super candid with you. If you decide to do this halfway, you're not going to get anything out of it. You really have to put your previous beliefs at the door, accept that you may need help and that you're accountable to what happens next. Therefore, you're going to need a partner. We are that partner. We're the ones that can introduce new concepts, new ideas, and provide resources to help you get there faster. Now, if you're not a good partner, we can't help you and you won't see the transformation that you would like to see. And nobody wins in that. So, we're really looking for people that love personal growth and self improvement and are willing to put their ego at the door and really get things done. All right. Next is people that are looking to improve their emotional well being. If you identify your self worth with what your bank account says, that's a super dangerous way to live because that bank account at some point in your life will go down. And maybe it doesn't hit bankruptcy or a negative number, but you will always feel the impact if you identify your self worth with your money. And it's not a healthy relationship. So, being able to detach from that and find a better relationship with money will actually grow your bank account. And it's profoundly amazing as a coach or as someone even on the representative side to see that change and hear that testimonial. So, next, we're looking for people that are looking to deepen their spiritual practices. And this is because money, for a lot of people, is their sense of like safety and their sacred identification with money. And maybe they don't truly realize that on a subconscious level, but on a spiritual level, again, they may be connecting or associating with money in an incorrect way or thinking that there's a scarcity to it instead of abundance. So, spiritual practices don't mean just sitting down and meditating. It could be journaling, it could be taking nature walks, it could be understanding that abundance is everywhere and it's available to you, and you're not taking from somebody else just because you would like more. Okay. Next, individuals that would like to really understand how to reduce their stress, because people that are in a stress state all the time cannot open up their mind in order to receive the type of blessings that they have and the new ideas that can come through by seeing a new approach. So, we're looking for individuals again to lower those cortisol levels and understand stress and how that actually introduces either positive or negative effects into their money relationship. Okay. Next, we're looking for people that are wanting to learn and develop. And that's what they're going to gain through having that partner, having that coach. We're looking for people that are looking to explore forgiveness and emotional attachment um, that may have not served them or is no longer serving them from their past childhood. So, for instance, let's say they grew up in a home where not all of their needs were met and it was a little bit of a struggle, or they weren't listened to. There's a lot of different ways to see that. And we'll figure that out as we get to know our coach and as we get to know our client relationship with that coach. So, moving forward, we're also looking for individuals that might be interested for those wellness retreats because it only benefits them. And then finally, we have more of a self discovery and reflection. This isn't just us telling you what to do as a client, like that would never be an ideal relationship. In fact, we're looking to explore and learn because every single money story is different. Every person is different. Every experience is different. So, a reflective, collaborative approach is what we do in order to see those changes happen. Ooh, all right. So, here's kind of the perspective from the client side of things. We have a client service approach. You're looking for those 4 private sessions again. This is personalized coaching and enhances decision making, for instance, as well as making you have better habits. What you have going on the inside is definitely going to show up on the outside. And we can identify that by looking at your surroundings, looking at your evidence of what's happened in your life. That will teach me a lot about what's going on inside. Once we understand what's going on inside, we can start to navigate and make some changes. Again, they're going to love that forgiveness and detach masterclass. We've had people come in and be like, I had no idea that that was going to be a resource that's available, but I love it. And it's actually helped me not just in my financial situation, but in my relationships. And what people will notice when they start getting the performance mindset program going is that not just their finances improve over time, but also their relationships, their romances, their family, that helps as well. Their networking abilities, their confidence to go meet new people. It's fascinating how correlated these guys can be. So, the 5 devotional studies per week, again, this is something that they're not going to find somewhere else. This is a very invested program to see a difference in your finances. And then the self improvement books, those actually have a whole spectrum. Again, clients get really amazed on how, with this particular program, it can influence various parts of their life. And that does happen because of money as well. Money really does impact what you have available, whether it's better food, whether it's more experiences, whether it's better ways to take care of your family or be able to have a luxurious vacation with your spouse and your kids. So there's just so much available there, and they definitely recognize that when they get on board. Moving into the monthly plan review, this is where we can go a lot of different ways. We can go into the quantum physics type of realm when it comes to finances, as much as we can go into neuroscience and really get detailed on what's happening internally with somebody that's affecting their money situation. And that doesn't mean that they necessarily have a bad. Again, quantum physics is all about possibilities and opportunities and being able to go into that consciousness realm, that higher realm, and pull information. So it could be the difference between a small business and a huge empire as well. Okay, the next goes back to that 20% savings. They always love to save and not have to pay full price for that retreat, like they would if they were not a client. And then I will let you know that even if somebody was previously not a client, or sorry, apologize, previously a client that year, but perhaps maybe took a break, they still have access to that 20% savings throughout the entire year. So they could still go to a retreat even if they're not an active client within that calendar year. Next, the free tickets and workshops, they will really hop onto those because, again, it's another way to network. It's another way to understand and get ideas. And it's not something that all of these other financial coaching that have available. So we have a lot of differences. And that is something that I've done very mindfully. And then finally, that self discovery journal. It has a lot of questions that perhaps you've never been asked in your life. And those questions will really open up some gateways when it comes to your mindset and how you think, and helps you explore different concepts of who you are. All right, let's keep on going. So, taking advantage of the program overall for the reasons for our clients, again, they're really focusing on the emotional aspect and the mental aspect, setting boundaries, understanding what works for you and what doesn't, and refining your financial skills becomes critical. Understanding self love and self respect, what you really need to be able to overcome these obstacles from the past, will launch you into the future. And I'll even share like a small little reason on why I think this is super important, even from my own experience, is you may have made bad financial decisions because of a relationship and you loved this person, you cared, and you have to be able to forgive and detach and move forward. Or maybe you limited yourself because you didn't think that you were worthy enough because of whatever story you were told from your childhood. So you didn't think you were deserving enough to be able to make massive changes in your career. And so those type of obstacles and gaps in knowledge or really get transformed through just financial milestones in the program. All right, so we're going to go into a little bit of the client experience. We do have testimonials for this, and I really like to let them speak rather than me speak. But what I have been able to personally witness through the different clients that we work with is that it's not always about the dollar amount. Sometimes it's also about the education and the impact that it's had on just the work to life balance as well. I've had clients that didn't think that they could graduate high school, and I've been able to see them with their photo of them holding the flowers at graduation. I've had clients that didn't think they were worthy of college, be able to overcome that mindset and be able to pay for college. I've had clients that went from making $10,000 a month again to $30,000 a month in income for their business. I've had clients start new businesses. I've had clients get out of debt. I've seen it and I've been there for all of it, cheering them on, right there with them, but also a little bit of that self love. So, with that, I know that so much is possible. It's just, again, really meeting them where they're at, figuring out what their goals are, and being able to shift some of that mindset to be able to make them better performance. All right, so here's our last slide. It's actually going to be about the investment. Once again, you've seen this before when you're coming on board, but this is the breakdown of why these numbers are here. You saw what it includes, but here we go one more time. So the first month, you're going to see a big difference between the first month and the following months. And that's because the first month includes all of the resources. So remember that portal, you're getting access to all of it. all 10 of those books. They're getting access to that. They're getting their review plans. They're getting that deep analysis that happens in the first month. On top of that, they get the 4 private sessions, and that is a game changer. So the following months, they've already received the database. So that's why it drops down to the 620. And that includes, again, those assessments, the monthly plan, and then those sessions. Now, some clients are really looking to expand their book of business or really elevate to the next level, or they're looking to actually be able to educate a family member or a business partner as well when they go through this process. And because of that, we do have additional sessions available for the individual or their family member. And then I'll go ahead and add here as well is it's sometimes it's not a family member, sometimes it's a business partner, and we do allow that transference. Okay, here we go. This was the first program of the 3 that you're going to learn about. And remember that you do not have to select a program for your first 90 days until you've been able to review all of them. But you'll go over that later in training. But for now, we're going to dive into the next program.